Mary Stanfield was an ambitious young woman in her late 20s, full of dreams and determination. After inheriting a small boutique from her late father, she dedicated herself to turning it into a thriving business. She had an eye for fashion and a knack for designing elegant dresses that attracted the upper-class women of the city. Though business was steady, Mary often felt lonely. Her mother, her only close family, lived outside the city, and her friends were too busy with their own lives. She poured all her energy into the boutique, hoping it would fill the void in her heart. Despite her success, Mary was known for her practicality. She never entertained superstitions or ghost stories, and she certainly didn't believe in anything beyond the tangible world. But all of that was about to change.
June 1st, 1922. Today, my mother bought me a mannequin so I could display my products in the shop window. The mannequin is unusually heavy, much heavier than a hollow figure should be. But still, it's just a mannequin. I'm grateful to my mother because I believe it will attract more women to my boutique. When I placed it in the window display, I noticed something strange. The weight felt unbalanced, as if something inside it shifted when I moved it. I ignored the thought, stepped back, and admired my new display. It looked perfect, perhaps too perfect. Its smooth, expressionless face was unsettling, but I pushed the feeling aside and carried on with my work. That night, before going to bed, I heard something, just the faintest sound of movement downstairs. I convinced myself it was the old wooden beams settling. Still, I locked my bedroom door for the first time since I moved into the apartment above my shop. June 5th, 1922. I was working in the shop today when a concerned customer told me that the mannequin was staring at them. This was strange because the mannequin had no eyes, just a blank face. I laughed it off, but curiosity got the better of me, so I went to take a look. As I stood before the mannequin, a cold shiver ran down my spine. An eerie sensation of being watched overcame me. It was ridiculous, yet I couldn't shake the feeling. I turned the mannequin's head slightly, hoping it would break the illusion. But as soon as I stepped away, I heard a faint creaking sound, like something shifting in the silence. That night, as I locked up the shop, I hesitated before turning off the lights. The mannequin looked different. Had his posture changed? June 6th, 1922. Today, the owner of the shop next door went missing. It's heartbreaking. We were good friends. He always greeted me in the mornings, but today, his store was eerily quiet. The door slightly ajar. His belongings were untouched, his cash register still full. No one had seen him leave. That night, as I locked the store, I noticed something else. My mannequin was gone. My blood ran cold. The doors had been locked, the windows secured. How could it have disappeared? I searched every corner of the shop, feeling foolish, yet desperate for an answer. Then just before I headed to my apartment, I saw them. Faint, dusty footprints leading away from where the mannequin had stood, and stopping abruptly, as if whatever had left them had simply vanished. June 7th, 1922. I found the mannequin. This morning, it was back in the display, but something was terribly wrong. Someone had dressed it in the clothes of the old beggar who had recently died, the poor man who used to sit on the corner of the street. The clothes smelled of dampness, as if they had been left in the rain. The police arrived soon after and questioned me about my missing neighbor. Then, the most horrifying thing happened. They suspected me. They believe I had something to do with his disappearance. Me. A murderer? It's absurd. I can't wait for the real culprit to be caught. That night, I locked the mannequin in the storage room. But when I checked the next morning, the door was still locked. And yet, the mannequin stood in the window display again, its head slightly tilted toward me. June 15th, 1922. I am now the prime suspect in the old man's murder. The police keep coming back, asking the same questions over and over. I try to explain, but I can see it in their eyes. They don't believe me. Strange things keep happening at night. The mannequin moves on its own. I lock it away, but every morning it's back in the display. The wood groans under unseen footsteps. Whispers crawl from the shadows like spiders skittering across my skin. I hear breathing, ragged, slow, coming from the empty corners of my shop. Tonight, I awoke to a soft tapping against my bedroom door. At first, I thought it was the wind, but then it came again, slow, deliberate. One knock, then another. My breath hitched. The shop below was locked, the doors bolted shut. No one should be inside. I forced myself to move, to creep toward the door, my pulse hammering against my ribs. As I reached for the handle, a voice, a breathless, hollow whisper, seeped through the wood. Let me in. July 3rd, 1922. Someone has torn out an entire page from my diary. I don't remember doing it myself. Was it me or something else? To make up for it, I will summarize the end of the month. I was acquitted of the old man's murder due to insufficient evidence, but my relief was short-lived. My sister has gone missing. Her clothes draped over the mannequin. Customers tell me they have seen the mannequin move, not just shift slightly, but disappear and reappear elsewhere. I plan to take it down and sell it, but something inside me resists. It feels wrong. July 5th, 1922. Something is happening. I hear knocking on my door at night. Slow, deliberate. My window has cracked from the inside, as though something had pressed against it from within, trying to break free. No one has called to buy the mannequin, yet I feel as though someone, or something, is waiting for me to let my guard down. I feel watched at all times. The sensation is suffocating, an oppressive weight on my chest that never lifts. I see shadows where there should be none, long stretching limbs that vanish when I turn my head. The darkness in my shop is not just the absence of light. It breathes, it pulses. I tell myself it's just my imagination, that fatigue is playing tricks on me. But deep down, I know the truth. The mannequin isn't just watching, it's waiting. July 10th, 1922. My mother, she's gone missing. I searched everywhere. The police say she may have left on her own, but I know that's not true. I checked her home, her favorite places, even asked the neighbors, but there was no trace of her. Then I found something that made my blood run cold. Her shawl draped over the mannequin's shoulders, its head tilted in that eerie, knowing way. The fabric was damp, the scent of my mother still clinging to it. My hands trembled as I reached for it, but the moment I touched the cloth, a chill shot through my body. A whisper, low, guttural, brushed against my ear. She's with me now. I staggered back, my breath coming in short gasps. The mannequin's position hadn't changed, but I swear its blank face was grinning. The shadows around it stretched and pulsed, and I swore I saw movement beneath its surface, as if something inside was shifting, pressing outward, trying to break free. I ran, but even as I bolted the door behind me, I knew this wasn't over. July 17th, 1922. It took me this long to finally understand. The mannequin is behind all of this. I don't know how, but I know it's true. It's everywhere. It's watching me. I can't escape it. I can feel it in the silence of the shop, in the empty spaces of my home. The mannequin. It's not just a thing. It's something darker, something alive. Tonight, I made a decision. I won't let it control me any longer. I can't let it take anyone else. I've set the mannequin on fire. I watched it burn. The flames swallowed its wooden frame, curling around its limbs like eager fingers. The air thickened with the scent of charred fabric and something else, something rancid, like rotting flesh. The fire crackled, but beneath it, I heard something else. A high-pitched wail, like the scream of something dying or being born. Was it over? Or so I thought. July 18th, 1922. I stepped into the shop, my breath steady for the first time in weeks. The evil was gone. The nightmare was over. I had won. But then, I froze. There, in the window display, pristine, untouched, unburned, stood the mannequin, precisely as it had been on the first day. No, this wasn't real. I had seen it burn, watched it blacken and crumble to ash. And yet, the mannequin stood, its faceless head tilted slightly, as if acknowledging me.
This diary was found abandoned in Mary Stanfield's boutique on July 18, 1922, the day she disappeared. Her clothes were later found on the mannequin. The mannequin was sold to a dealer in New York. But the disappearances didn't stop there.